Hey guys, Nitro Crate here, and today guys, we're going to do a complete path guide on the character Mysticat.
The master of mystery.
I've actually noticed that no one has done a complete path guide on this character yet. Or just any character really. No one's done a complete path guide where they just analyse both paths, what each upgrade specifically does, and all the important information, guys, that you need to know about path guides. So, I'm going to open up the upgrades menu, and I'm going to talk about damage. That's mostly what I'm going to be talking about. So I'm going to tell you exactly what each path does. First off, we have Catastrophic Chasers. This upgrade does two things. First off, when you press square, you can conjure 4 cat familiars instead of 2. And another thing, so this means that you're going to be able to hit more enemies because you've got twice as many familiars. And another thing you need to know is, instead of just doing 15 damage, occasionally they will do up to 24 damage instead of 15. But they can still score the 15, or they can score any number in between. But usually it is between 15 and 24. So you sometimes deal more damage, but it's not guaranteed. This, however, does not affect the soul gem, so bear that in mind. So patience is futile. Lasers are larger and does increase in damage over time. So your lasers are a little bit bigger, makes no difference though. Realistically in battle, makes almost no difference. But the increase in damage, I bet you're wondering what it is. Well, you start off with 29. However, instead of just doing 29 on every hit, instead, on your second hit you deal 37 damage, and on your third hit you deal 46. So let me try and show that one in action. We'll just walk over to the mannequins. As you see, all 3 hits deal 29 damage. That's because I'm on the other path. But if you go on the top path, the second hit would be 37, and the third hit will be 46. And for the second part of this, one upgrade here, which is your square attack, it casts a much wider laser spread. Another thing it doesn't tell you, it also does more damage. So let me show you that. So it is basically this attack here. So you saw that charged attack where you have to summon it like that, and it takes time to charge and he shoots it. Yes. Now that goes, it doesn't get a massive increase, but it does increase in damage. It goes from 134 to 153 on the top path. So that's very useful. And as for the final one, first degree puns. Now this affects your copycats, and it adds an extra explosion. Your explosion goes from well basically, when you do the explosion, it the burst into little energy balls that go around, that shoot outwards from the copycat itself. And if they touch anything, they do 57 damage and quite a decent amount of knockback. But something to bear in mind, guys, is that they only do this when they expire, or if you hit them with one of them familiars that are orbiting copycat. If one of them hit a copycat, if a copycat's near you, so you do that, just a demonstration. And if one of those familiars hit the copycat, you will get you'll cause the explosion to happen. So just bear that in mind, guys. Another thing to bear in mind with the laser upgrade, it does affect the copycat's projectiles too. So although you do not have as many copycats with the top path, they actually do more damage. So just bear that in mind. As for the bottom path, instead of upgrading your primary attack and your copycats do more damage, this offers a different playstyle. And in my opinion, this path is better because rather than just improving what you've already got, it adds another ability. And it adds another way you can play the game. You can still do all this, it's just not going to be as powerful. But in my opinion, the boost is quite mediocre anyway. So just go with the bottom path. Because it's cool that you do more damage, but it's only on the second and third hit. And the boost isn't that significant. At least, I mean, it's literally 18 more damage on your third hit and 9 on your second hit. That's not going to do much for you. That boost is pretty small. Even the charge, even the square attack, even that increase is quite small. So it's not really worth it. But if you go for the bottom path, instead, you improve your stealth abilities, which is overall much more useful. So, first off, you can improve your disappearing axe explosion. So, not only does it hit harder, it also hits wider. Also, when you enter stealth, you also cause an explosion, which is very useful. So, let me demonstrate that. So, first off, you can press square, and you'll cause the explosion when you enter stealth. If your decoy explodes near enemies, they also take damage, like I showed there. You can also cause the explosion by sneaking up on an enemy and then causing an explosion like that. A thing that it doesn't tell you about though is that when you actually come back from stealth, a cool little thing that happens is that you actually do a claw attack. You know, see? Let me show you. There, you saw that 201? That comes from the claw attack. And the thing it doesn't tell you about is that this upgrade boosts that attack. It never explains the attack at all, but it actually is a proper attack, and it actually has a lot of knockback to it. It can only hit one enemy, but it's very powerful, and the boost is actually quite significant. If you go on this path, which is Meow You See Me, the damage literally goes from as low as 134, and then it goes up to 201. That's actually a really good increase in damage. That is literally a 65-point increase in damage. That is a huge boost. So that's very useful. This upgrade is a hell lot better than what it looks like. So just bear that in mind. So second upgrade, keep your friends close. Hold triangle when you are invisible to cause your copycats to charge at nearby enemies for area damage. Your decoy explodes shortly afterwards too. Another thing that this upgrade doesn't tell you about is that your decoys can explode if they take too much damage. And they do the same amount of damage, so bear that in mind guys. It does do a lot more than what it says, but let me go over what everything it does. I'll also be covering this upgrade at the same time, not kitting around, because this just makes everything a lot stronger for this ability, and it allows an extra copycat, which is always nice. So I'll be going over both upgrades at once, since all this upgrade does, not kitting around, is make this ability stronger, plus an extra copycat. Plus, if you're going for this path, you're going to get both upgrades anyway. And they don't really do anything different, so, yeah. Next, we're going to show you that extra ability that you gain. Yeah. So, get your decoy. First, we're going to show you the decoy exploding. That's how much damage the decoy does. You can also do it by going up to an enemy. If you hold triangle, you do the explosion, then you do your claw attack, and then you do the actual explosion near you. That's actually really powerful. That's a solid over 500 damage to that specific enemy. And you're also going to do over 300 damage to nearby enemies too. So it's actually a really powerful ability. If you actually look at my Meow You See Me video, you actually see me using that ability a lot. And that's because it's that powerful. And the last thing I need to show you about this upgrade is the copycats chasing down the enemies and exploding, obviously. I'm just going to demonstrate with one, but you can use up to 3. As you see, the copycat chases the enemies down, and then it explodes, which is very useful. You can have multiple active at once, like so.
Surprise attack.
And of course, as soon as I try and demonstrate it, they attack vultures instead. Alright, this is even better because I can show you against multiple enemies, or real enemies. So, you make them chase them down, and yeah, they explode. So that's just the decoys alone. I mean, that's the copycats alone exploding. You can do other things with it. So you can go up to enemies and then just completely ruin their days. This is so powerful. This path is so powerful. And your lasers are actually still useful, which is nice too. You know, so if enemies are getting a bit too much of a hassle, just back away. And just cause misery for everyone.
Huzzah for the Skylanders!
So that's pretty good.
And ooh, those baddies had a chest full of gear you might be interested in.
So yeah, pretty much analyze both paths. In the description of the video, I will include the gameplay of Mysticat on both paths. So you can look at, I don't have any footage of the top path in this video. But if you want to see the top path gameplay, you can see it in the description. I will put it in the description. I actually did record it myself. I actually recorded it quite a while ago, actually. You can also see gameplay of the bottom path, which is it's actually really good gameplay because, you know, it's done in nightmare mode, and it's actually in the arena, and I actually go through every single move. They're really good videos. I recommend you check them out. But this is pretty much finished now. There's not really much more to talk about for this character. So, guys, I'll see you in the next one. Quick note, though. If you want to see more of these complete path